Welcome to Ride Along. I'm Joe Monahan. Today we're going to merely scratch the surface on backing up or data protection using the cloud. The reason I say scratch the surface is because this is a very large topic, so I'm going to do my best to bring it to a fundamental level, and then further research will put you where you need to be. The most important thing to consider is there is this new kind of opinion or belief that if it's in the cloud, it's always available, completely protected, and there's no way that anyone can get to it, and you'll always have access to it. And although it's a very high probability of all of those things, they don't say 100%. And really, you want 100% access to your data, period. And that is possible. So let's discuss why that is. Although the cloud is a phenomenal solution, because inside of some of these larger cloud solution providers, you have replicated data in multiple areas of the world, you have multiple access points. There's just a lot of services that you can add that help protect your data. In the end, it's not just them, it's you. So if you store data in the cloud and you have a network issue on-prem, you're not getting to the cloud. Now, some would say, well, if I have a network issue on-prem, I'm not going to be able to get to my internal data either. Well, it's possible to have internal access and not have external access because there's different paths with different hardware. So my point being is having an on-prem solution is a very good idea, and it also gets you much closer to the 3210 rule, which is 3 copies, if you will, of your data to our backups, and one of those backups goes off-site with either an air gap, if you will, or in a protected location other than the area where the other 2 are. So, putting it lightly, if your belief is I'm just going to take my data that's on-prem first-hand or first version and make one backup of it on the cloud and I'm covered, you might not be. Now, the reason I say that is you say, well, I have my original and I also have my backup, right? Well, what if your original gets corrupt and the access to your backup is not available? So in a scenario, let's say that somebody infiltrated your network or somebody made a mistake or whatever the case may be, your original data has been compromised and you need to get to your backup data. Well, here's an interesting example. A lot of people automate everything, and some people make these magic all-in-one scripts that they send out to cover everything because they just want to keep it easy. That script can actually include the configuration for your network appliances that might be using Linux, as well as all of your internal services, solutions, and applications. So, of course, again, in a lot of ways it makes sense. Somebody said that they wanted to make this easy. What's the easiest way I can make it? Well, use one script. What if that script was corrupt and it not only broke the applications and now you have to recover them, but it also sent out improper information to your network switch on the outside and you can't get to your cloud data? Well, how do you answer that question, right? So again, the idea here is you want to make sure that no matter what, you have access to your data. Now, that doesn't mean a cloud solution is a bad solution. I actually like the idea nowadays of how easy it is to move backups out to cloud providers, and they have many different ways for you to access that data, including being able to recover something. Let's say, as an example, if you backed up with something like Veeam, you could have backed up a cloud VM or an on-prem VM to a cloud and be able to recover that wherever you choose. So there are some advantages, again, to having it in two places, but you should have backups in two places or more. Now, if you listen to what I was saying, the first argument that someone would say is, well, you just said you broke your on-prem environment and you broke access to the outside environment. So wouldn't that mean that even if you had on-prem backup solutions, they would be broken as well? Well, that's not the case because you have control of your on-prem devices. So I could go recover that on-prem device and on-prem get my network back as I have control of that and then get access to that data. And many of these solutions now that are appliances have built-in immutability, built-in data lock, all these other ways to ensure that if somebody attacked your environment, they would not get to the data on that appliance. So all you need to do is protect the other machines by either, rebuilding them or wiping them if they had something bad on them, and then re-accessing those backup files and pushing them back down, and now you're back up and running. So the short answer is, yes, cloud is a great solution, but don't make it your only solution. That's the very short fundamental version. Thanks for riding along.